This is Amy Chan from CakeDecoratingSchool.com, and if you like cake decorating, you're in the right place. Welcome to our flower series. In this lesson, we'll be piping Buttercream English daisies. It's broken down into steps so you can skip ahead, rewind, and rewatch as desired. We're going to use two colors for the flower. The first is just going to be some white, so we're just going to use our uncolored buttercream for that. And the second is going to be some yellow for the center. We're using American style buttercream for both. You use whatever you like. And we're going to use the following liquid gel colors: some Buckeye Brown, a touch of Sunset Orange, and finally some Lemon Yellow. And I've got a little bit of my orange and my brown out here with toothpicks because we're going to use those in very small amounts, but I just want to start with a drop of my lemon so I get a nice vibrant color with that yellow, and I just want to give it a touch of that brown and a little bit of that orange, so probably a couple little specks of that orange. We want to make a nice, rich, kind of vibrant color. And we want it to have some of that warmth to it. So I want to give it a little bit of that orange, just to give it a tiny touch of that egg vibe. I guess I want it to feel just a little bit more natural. So like adding just a tiny touch of that brown. Just to give it a little bit of that kind of golden hue without it being too strong. So I'll just go a little more brown and I think we'll be good. So it ends up being that nice kind of eggy, super think of as super high quality butter kind of color, where it's got that nice rich yellow to it that's soft, yet it has a nice vibrant pop to it. So it's going to make for great little centers. For this flower, we're going to use two bags. You can see the yellow one, we're using a coupler since we're changing tips, and with the white, we're not. It's fitted directly with the tip. We're going to use two tips with our yellow. The first is a number 5, so a larger round opening. The second is a number 2. So you just want a significantly smaller round opening for your second tip. For a bag of white, we're using a number 101. So you want a small, plain petal tip. We're going to make our English daisies with a few simple techniques. And the first one is going to be for our petals. And we're using our 101 tip. And we're going to use it in a slightly different fashion. Normally, you'd have the skinny end facing towards the outside of the nail. Today, it's going to be the fat. And we're going to hold it a lot like we do if we're going to pipe a support ring, where we want that opening of the tip kind of parallel with the surface. And I like to hold it at the 430 position. So the back of the bag is kind of towards my right shoulder because I'm right-handed. If you're lefty, just do the opposite. And I'm always pulling towards myself and towards the center of my flower nail. So I'm just going to pipe this on what seems like a bit of an angle, but once we go into our nail, will make sense. The bag itself is at a 45-degree angle since that lines up that opening with the tip. And we're going to basically pipe just little tabs. And this is going to give us narrow teardrop-shaped petals, because it's going to have that nice rounded buildup at the end, and it's going to taper as we pull and make contact with the surface. So you want to start out just kind of hovering, and as you pull, make contact to the surface. So it should be a little reminiscent of the motion of making a shell right there at the end, where you're pulling to finish it and you're pulling to make that point. Our second technique is just going to be dots, and we're doing them with both the number 5 and 2, and I'm just going to demo really quickly with the 5 since it's technically the same for both. We want to be up off the surface so our frosting can balloon out nice and big, squeeze a nice dot, stop, and then circle around. We're going to do that as well with our 2. It's just going to be much smaller since it's a smaller tip. Now that we've reviewed our techniques, we're going to talk about how we're going to combine them to make a pretty little petite daisy. So these English daisies have lots of petals on them and they're really narrow. So to start out with, we want to start towards the outside edge of our nail, and we want to pull a ring of petals. So just do one right next to each other. I like to go clockwise. If counterclockwise works for you, that's fine. Just make sure they're right next to each other. Each one, just, give your nail a tiny turn after each petal and go around. And we want to leave a nice void in the center. So if you have a big hole there in the middle, when you're done with these, that's perfect. Then we're going to go on top of that first row, start in the middle of 2 petals, and pull one in between. We're gonna go just a little closer to the center when we do these. That way, they'll seem like they're a little shorter, and the tails of these will extend a little further into the center, so it'll close that void up a little bit for you. So just go around and another whole circle, make it nice and full and dense so it feels like there's really a lot of petals going on there. And then we're going to change out to our bag of yellow with our number 5 tip, and we're going to pipe a nice large dot in the center, and that should really fill up what little void you have left there in the middle. We'll change out the tip to a number 2, and then we're going to cover that dot with a lot of little dots. And I like to start at the outside edge and work my way in. I just find that easier, but really you can do whatever works best for you. You could even actually leave the dot plain. I like these because there's a lot of texture on the actual petals because you have multiple layers, they're skinny and there's kind of a lot going on. I feel like it kind of handle the busyness of a textured center. So I like to change out for the 2 and cover the whole surface with dots. I feel like it really brings the whole flower a little bit more of a lifelike look. So we've reviewed all of our techniques and how we're combining them. It's time to start piping. I've got a 2-inch flower nail. I've got a little bit of paper attached to it, just with a tiny bit of buttercream, and I'm going to start working with my bag of white frosting and my 101 tip. So I want to start towards the outside edge of the nail, not completely there, so just come in just a tiny bit. Remember, opening parallel to the surface, bag's at 45 degrees, back is at my pointing towards my shoulder, and I just want to start piping those little tabs. And I want to pull towards a center point. So if you need to, just kind of mark that right there. So just keep going, nice and small. They don't all have to go kind of like perfectly right to the same point on the edge. Some of them can be just a tiny touch longer. Some of them can be a tiny touch shorter. If there's a slight variation to the look, that's actually good. And I'm going to try and make mine just a little shorter, because I'm pulling long in the center, and that's fine. There we go. And you can see I kind of have a thready little hole in the center where I've just got those little wisps of tails. So it's just like a little tiniest bit of buttercream in the middle, and that's perfect. You can see I've got these great little petals. There's a little subtle variation in the exact size and length, and that's going to be fantastic for that first layer. So we've done our first layer, now it's time to do our second. So we want to pull in a little closer to the center and repeat the same process. So pull those little tabs down. So just kind of start offset and just go. So a little shorter. Sliding around on my nail. If it does that to you, just take a moment to stop and adjust. We want lots of little skinny petals. So just take your time putting them on. And some of them might line up perfectly, but hopefully a lot of them are kind of offset, and that's what's going to help give our flowers some texture and a nice realistic look. So you can see that mostly closes up that void, and now that center looks a little more solid. That's going to help give us a nice flower that's stable, but also looks really pretty and delicate. We've switched to our bag of yellow. We're starting out with the number 5 tip. You want to be right above the surface of the frosting. Make sure you have enough room for that yellow to expand and really spread out and give you a nice dot there in the center. Stop squeezing, swirl around, and slide off to the side, and you can see we've got a nice smooth dot there. So we've changed our tip on our yellow to our number 2, and we're just going to cover our big dot with smaller dots. So start around the side, just take your time. There's no need to rush. Just go around. Work around that base, and when you get back to the beginning, move up the side a tiny bit and keep going. It's easier to get them nested if you go offset in between two of your first ones in your first row. But since the background is the same color as the dots we're putting on top, if you get a little off or there's a little gap, it's not a big deal. And so as you fill in, just keep going around until you fill in the center. And there we have a beautiful English style daisy with lots of little frilly kind of delicate petals. That's all for this lesson on English daisies. If you enjoyed this one and you want to give something else a try, maybe try checking out our lesson on just plain daisies. They're fun and simple and an easy place to start. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like more about the cake decorating materials and equipment we use, or just some inspirational videos about cake decorating itself, you can follow us on Insta or YouTube at Cake Decorating School. If you'd like to know more about yearly membership and what it entails, you can go to www.cakedecoratingschool.com for more information. And if you're interested in these products, you can check the links in the description.